Show Us Your Tips. Weekend preview time. Daggy and Beaver are back with you. It's been a minute, Beaver, but how you travelling, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mates. Travelling along quite nicely and looking forward to the weekend.
Excellent. Well, we'll get straight into it then. After quite a good weekend last weekend, actually. It was a while ago, but it was a lovely weekend for all involved. Let's kick off at Caulfield, shall we, where for the second meeting in 3 days, but the rail's moving out to the 10-metre position, I believe. Good track still. I don't think they've got much rain, if any, there. Maybe some drizzle around from what I could see, but looks okay. Probably don't want to be too far off the pace, I'd suggest.
Yeah, by the looks of how the track has played recently, I think that might be the case.
Let's kick off with the babies over 1,000 metres. And how are you starting today?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the favourite here in Traffic Warden. Only had the one start at Rose Hill and finished a couple of lengths behind what looks like a fairly smart horse. Now goes to Melbourne, gets the right draw here, will sit on pace. And with the scratching of the other Cummings horse, I think that's a good pointer here.
Absolutely. And as you say, with Jamie Carr in Gate 4, it's going to be much closer than it was last time, I think. So clearly the horse to beat. I had the stablemate as the main danger, so with it coming out, Little Stir next best, who's cruised around and will be on pace as well. I think they're the two key hopes in the first. Second is a 2,400 metre benchmark 100. And I suggest in a uninspiring field that it's go time now for Alhambra Lad. 2 tick over runs, wasn't knocked around last week. Now quick back up straight up to 2,400. I think it's just all systems go here. Not much to add. I guess Grand Pierre will be on pace from gate 1. Maybe the horse that's going to get past, if there's any rain, Farrago becomes a live chance. But probably one of the better bets on the card, assuming all goes to plan, Beaver.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think your summation here is pretty good. Alhambra Lad, third up now, gets out to a more suitable distance here. Paddy Payne train stays quite well. Race 12 when last in work, and this is a pretty weak field. I think clear on top, and I think you're right. Grand Pereiro may take up the running here and might be the one to catch.
The third is a mile benchmark 70. We lost 3 to Caulfield yesterday, but still a pretty good little 70. Who do you like?
Yeah, it is a good little 70 here. I do like Mr. Traficante, who's been ultra consistent of late and gets to Caulfield here. My only concern was that it's probably going to get slightly back in the field here, but ran on really nicely last start at Moonee Valley, which was a leader bias race. Drops 5 kilos on that. So I'm going to put it on top. I'm not going to jump off, even though I'm a bit concerned about the track and how it might play. In front of Foolproof from the Freedman stable, it's third up as well. And continues to improve and will sit just off the speed.
You could make a case for all of these, and I found it a bit tricky. Yep. I'm going to, just for the sake of putting them in order, say give Montatha another chance. It was good last week, just got a bit lost up the straight there. And I think back to a mile is going to suit, just gassed out as it wobbled up the straight. Mickey D taking control. You're getting a bit of a better price with the others in, but around the $8 mark for me, I'll go with it on top. Piaggio was very good first up behind a good horse and will run well. But as I said, you could make a case for all of these. Aisha's flying. I was half expecting you go straight to Paulie P. But, tricky race. 2 from 3 in the end for me. The fourth is a 1,400-metre benchmark 78, where it does look pretty obvious here running by. Nice enough resumption. Has spent its whole life basically in group races. Resumed pretty well behind South of Houston, who just had all favours on pace. Don't know much about the jockey, Mr. McGonigal, but I think he rode a winner yesterday. Irish, I believe. So hopefully he sits on, and because if he does, I think this will win. From Frenchman's Bay, who's been saved for this. Very nice win last time out. And Belmere had its best run in a long time last time out, and is the other swooper. But, another easy one to find if this Postilion can sit straight.
Yeah, I think that's right. This is an easy one to find. If you do go and have a look at its first up run, it didn't get a lot of luck. Got stuck in behind the pace there and didn't get clear running. And I think it it would have went awfully close if it got some clear running there, but the other horse was managed to hold up. It didn't get a run and then had a kick. I think this would be hard to beat here. Probably gets running line now and hard to beat for sure.
The 5th is another 70. You got to love these cards, Beaver, with 10 races and 8 benchmark 70s. They just fill you with so much joy. But Is It Me broke through last time. You're sort of keen on it there. You're sticking?
Look, it's a bit skinny. I thought it might be a little bit better price than this. And this is, again, another really interesting race. So I think a lot of luck and running is going to play a part here. I'm going to stick with it because I did like it last time. I still think it had some improvement left in it. So I do have it on top. Super scared of Pink Bow Tie because I did like it last start and it duly saluted and has been consistent of late. So I think it can run well. And even some of the others, they weren't the worst. Le de Era was very good last start as well. So there's a bit of value around in this race around the $10 mark. But I do have Is It Me on top. I think this is a very winnable race and going to go that way.
I just flipped them. I think every run Pink Bow Tie's put in this prep has been great. He's just running really well, real line chaser, and you're getting about $8. So I'm going to start with it. Is It Me just comes to a lovely race, finally breaking through, and probably meets an almost weaker feud without Bel Air being here. So Logical Danger, and I think Rosalia can ride the pace and maybe be one for your exotics. Up there with Le Derriere.
I just thought with the claim, that sort of just flipped me to go back on top.
Yep, fair enough. The 6 is another 70, this time over 2,000 metres. Who's come out here? A couple, which leaves me with Blue Moon on top, actually. That was a good win first up. In Australia, got out into clear air and ran really well. I think straight to 2,000s, no concern. Carlene's flying. So goes on top. We've lost Brungle Raider, so wherever it pops up next, I'll keep an eye out for. What do you like?
Yeah, great run first up. Very, very impressive. Gets the kilo and a half claim here, so gets in at the 58, which I think is nice enough for this. Out to the 2,000, I think is a good sign, and this is a weak field. So I think expect it to win.
Up next is the 7th, which is a 1,200 metre benchmark 70. Who are you expecting to win this one?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the blue colours here. She's Bulletproof, who it beat first up, has come out and since won.
Yep.
Midweek this week. So that form does stack up here. Got the blue colours, got Car on board. In an ideal spot here, so probably just go straight forward, and they're going to have to be good to get past it. Looking for some dangers. I thought maybe number 7, Altruist, could run a nice race, so I would have it in the running, and Ginger and Pink was good first up.
Yeah, it's one of those races where you wish 5 of these were in different races because you'd back them all. But I am going to stick with the favourite. As you said, it was soft as you like on debut, and that form has been franked, gets control, and is just better than 70 grade. I'm going to make Nation State the danger. It's an on-pacer that's done nothing wrong, but Altruist, nice horse. Oak Hill, nice horse. Ginger and Pink, nice win, which has been franked as well. But I think we're going to see better stuff from Jambalaya in the next few weeks and months. The 8th, we've got another 70, this time over 1,400 metres, and I'm going to stick with, actually, to go with one of yours, actually, in Tasman Park. Didn't have a great deal of luck there last time out. You can make an argument should have been fighting at the finish with that nice horse who escapes me, Jimmy Star. Now, Celine taking over, I think, is going to run well here. From Bel Air, who does need a win, keeps hitting the line well. If Jamie Mott can get going 50 metres earlier, I think it is the main danger. What are your thoughts?
Mate, I didn't really like the race. I thought it was a bit of an open race. I'm going to go for Helix. I thought he could run well, coming back in grade here. And I just think there's plenty of improvement here. Hasn't had a lot of luck since winning a couple of starts back, where it was able to lead up. Just hoping it can find a better spot here, maybe come across from 9 with the car on board and maybe take up the running here or right in behind Tasman Park and run a good race.
Beautiful. Up next is the 9th, another 1400 metre race, open handicap, in fact. And how have you divvied these ones up? Still on mute, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going for Bermudez. I think he can run really well in here. I like the first up run at Flemington. Had the wide barrier, went back, finished off quite nicely. Probably going to have to come from the back here. So if there is if they're not coming from the back, it's going to prove a bit challenging for Bermudez. So you'll have to watch how the track plays. Main danger, R10 if playing depending on how the track is going.
I thought the Bermudez run was good, but ultimately I decided with that bunched finish, I was going to look for different form from that race altogether. So it left me with best roughie of the day, Turn on the Charm, who's been sent to Lindsay Smith. Trolls for him have been fantastic this time, even at the moment he's 50-1, so I'm going to have something on it. From Gravina, who's building up now, finally gets an inside gate for Mickey D, is $10. And Mike Khalifa's got a big turn of foot, usually has a flat run second up, I think will improve. Looking for complete DF there. I'll throw Beretta into a quaddie. I have been wrong before, but yeah, just going away from that Bermudez race because I couldn't quite divvy him up to my satisfaction. The 10th is a benchmark 84, 1200 metres, and if swoopers are in play, I'm going to stick with a couple here. A couple of blue colours. Capo Strada was too far out of its ground last time out. Mickey D takes over from Zach Lloyd. I would call that a jockey upgrade in my humble opinion. It's $10, and the stablemate is the Main Danger, Kin, whose best win was at this track and distance. Will be closer in the run. It was a pretty good first up. Jamie Carr will jump on and push forward from an outside gate, I would suggest. Next best, Baldino, who's flying. What do you think?
I've got two here I'm pretty keen on. Number 14, Prancing Spirit. Just wish it was drawn a little bit better, but that was a good win last start. It was 3 wide, but it exploded, and I think it's ready now to step up into this grade. Gets a 4 kilo weight relief from it there, and so I think it's going to be hard to beat. And Prowling, it's the easiest field it's met in since coming back from the spell. First 2 runs have been really good in listed class, only a length or so behind Gianti, and then a couple of lengths behind a hypothetically enlisted company at Caulfield over the 11 and 1200. This suits gate 4's perfect, so definitely keen on it.
Excellent. Do you want to give us your quaddie? How wide do we have to go here?
Yeah, let's see. In no particular order here. I'm going in the first leg, race 7, number 3, Jambalaya, number 12, Ginger and Pink, number 7, Altruist. In the third leg, I am going number 8, He's Handsome, number 4, Tasman Park, number 6, Helix, and number 14, Naval Seal. In the third leg, race 9, I'm going number 4, Bermudez, number 9, R10, number 2, Gravina, number 10, Beretta, and number 11, Ton of Grip. And to finish the day, I'm going number 7, Prowling, number 14, Prancing Spirit, number 10, Jungle Gym, number 4, Capo Strada, and number 15, Sandy Prince.
Leaving a favourite out.
Yep.
Cool. Give us your best and value
17.
for Pro. Yeah, fair enough. Progressive.com.au and all that good stuff.
Yeah, my best bet of the day comes up in race 7, number 3, Jambalaya. My value is coming up in the last race. I like both Prancing Spirit and Prowling. I think you get some value out of both of those.
Beauty. I'm going to make my best race 7, number 3, Jambalaya as well. Easy to like, and I've lost my value. So let's shoot for the moon. Let's pay for Christmas with race 8, 9, number 3, Turn on the Charm. See how it can run there. As we head up to Randwick on a hot Sydney day, the rail is in the 4 metre position. We've got going to have a good track, and we're going to kick off with the 2-year-olds over 1,100 metres. We've lost traffic warden to Melbourne, but I suggest this favourite is going to be, it's very short actually, going to be very hard to beat. Amazing Eagle, very good trial, natural progression from that with Tim Clark leading. Easy to like. Be nice if we got a bit more of a price. If I'm going to label a danger, the fact that the blue colours have stayed here instead of gone south out of a decent, I know it's only a 900 metre Newcastle race, but that was a pretty good race. I think it's going to run better than $11. Anything to add?
Nothing to add there, mate. It's Amazing Eagle looks the horse to beat there based on the trial form and the race form. So it's my on top.
We've got a mile midway race 2, benchmark 72. Tell us who's going to win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Timpanist. Now it's broken through last start, third up here, but first up was good behind a handy horse in Felix Majestic, and then stepped up to the 1800 last start, hit the line quite nicely. Thought that was pretty good from back in the field. Respect a bit there in the market as well. I think it's suited here by the draw, and this is a weak field.
I don't have much doubt. I think the market's in the right order. Timpanist, Vegas Outlaws Flying comes to town for the right race. And, the two others around the $5 mark will be next best. So I don't have a lot to add. I don't know if I necessarily want to back Timpanist away from Kenzo, but we'll see whether that market heads. The third is a 1,400 metre benchmark, 78. And my default in a race like this, which I struggled a little bit to work out, was to find the leader. So I'm left with used to Euphoria on top, bouncing off another Kenzo win, but I didn't go straight to the front, and I'm not quite sure who's going to run it down. You have to cop Jet Stanley, but at 50 kilos, he's got one job, and that's to lead and go quick enough the others don't catch him. Angel of Light might just get the perfect run behind him at a price, and we'll make that the danger. I really wanted to find Nana's Wish, but I thought the trials were a bit shithouse, to be honest. So 10 from 8 for me. What do you reckon?
Yeah, clear on top here. Euphoria, 50 kilos. As we said, gate 3, straight to the front. Don't think I'll be catching this one. But I do think Nana's Wish could be the danger. Doesn't generally fire first up, but has some form in okay races. I'll spec it, but pretty keen on this one.
Cool. The 2,000 metre benchmark 78 is race number 4. Who do you like here? I'm just seeing if Capricchio is still in tonight while you let us know. So
yeah, because that's what I like. So if you can check that out for me.
Yeah, he's scratched tonight. So, yeah, he's here.
Good. That's a good pointer for me. Capricchio on top here. Won the last 2. Last one up at the Sunshine Coast. That was a really nice win there. Powered to the line, come from near the tail of the field there and flew home over the 1,800. It's a 2,000 here. He got the inside draw, but I think that's okay. He can find its way through this field. It's not a big field. I think the $4.60 is a good price now, and that's the way to play.
I'm sticking with Nash. Horse that's flying, toes on the nose, gets the right run. And the only possible danger is Kapakiri, who has found some form up north. You've covered him off well. And as given that Waller's decided to start here, I assume that's a decent lead. I will go forward and might run third for us. The 5th is a highway, 1,000 metres. I spent about 90 seconds on this race. Emperor's been scratched a couple of times, comes back to highway grade, gets Nash, only has to get even luck, but blew away a similar field a month ago. It'll do the same here. And no other dangers. Maybe Acapella Sun is half a danger. There you go. Anything else here?
No, you spent 80 seconds longer on it than me. Been looking for this horse to come back, and it's back here. And if it was drawn decent, it would be $1.50.
Yes. And if swoopers are in play, it will be $1.50. May not matter. The 6 is 1,100 metre benchmark 72. What have you found for us?
Yeah, interesting race. I thought the favourite here was a little bit short. Does have some okay form, but I couldn't comprehend the 6 before here. So I've let it slide, and I've gone for Union Army. the $6.50. Like the draw. It's done well in the past against some pretty decent horses. You talked about toes on the nose earlier. Only just missed beating it a few starts back. It's back in class here. Ran 3 lengths behind Iona Merck, and trialled really well for this. So I've got it on top.
I agree with everything you just said. I love the trials. I love the form around it. Probably should have had it should have a better record. It's run well on Saturdays, and this is the weakest race it's been in for a while. I thought Accredited was good value as well because got out of trouble to win at the midweeks, but I think is a proper Saturday horse. And Austin Rocks is an obvious danger. Trialled great. Not really a knocker. Just feels short in a race like this. So my best results are going to be between a 6 and a 7. Interested to see, and not so much for this race, interested to see Joe Pride's now got Castilian, who's a horse that I had an opinion of, used to be with Pat Payne, so we'll keep an eye on it over summer. The 7th is a mile handicap, and we've got a lot of the lead up coming out of the last few mile races here. I'm going to go with Grabini on top again. I just couldn't win from last time out. From gate 4, I think Karen will have it much closer. And with better luck, will go well. From Lekvate, who's come back flying and drops, I think, 10 kilos off last start. Yeah, 9.5, 10 kilos. Down in weight is going to be a clear danger. And I think Super Helpful is a little bit of a forgotten horse, around $10. A couple other chances. What did you like?
Yeah, pretty open race here. Plenty of chances here. Hard to get it. There's sort of all sorts of different form here. I've gone for King of the Castle. I like it coming back to the 1600. I think it does its best work over that. It was a good win here, 2 starts back. Went out to 2000 last start. So hard fit for a race like this. I think it can run reasonably well here. Vardy's flying, as you said, so wouldn't turn anyone off that. And I also think another one, third up here, can run extremely well after winning the Wodonga Cup last start.
Cool. The 8th is a 78, 1,400 metres. Who do you like?
Yeah, tricky race here. Plenty of chances. Good race here. I was struggling to split the top 3. I've gone for Plundering. Gets the 2 kilo claim here. Got gate 6. So I just thought it had to do the hard yards sitting outside With Your Blessing last start.
Yeah.
And With Your Blessing's flying. And so I thought I'd forgive that. And the start before that wasn't far behind Gustissimo. So at the $6, I just thought that presented a little bit more value here with a little bit of a weight pull. Gate 6, if you can get sort of the 1 out, 1 back, I'll be pretty happy in the run. Crafty Eagle was just okay first up. Got too far. Only made a little bit of ground at Warwick Farm. That's not unusual. I think it could run well again, but gate 10 means probably going back.
I like Cheerful Legend here at 20s. Won first up, had nearly lost a rider second up, nearly should have won third up, and only got beaten by a horse that just loves Canterbury last time. And I think it's going really well. I think it's going to run well again here. I think Miracle Spin has actually, I know it might be looking for a little further, but has some proper metro form around it, and trials are okay. I think runs well as well, but there's other chances.
Goes well first up.
Yeah, so I think that they're the 2. Robusto comes back from Melbourne. It'll run well. But I'll mention others in the quaddie. But you've covered off the chances. I just felt a little bit like Louisville was short again here, so went around it looking for some value.
So did I.
The 9th, we've got the 1,000-metre benchmark 78. We've got a heap of pace up front, and I'm hoping that Rachel King is smart enough just to nab him behind, because if it does, I think Time to Boogie will win. Has great form around it. Trials have been good again coming here. And I think runs well from So Good, So Cool. Nash will get the speed right and could be the swooper in the game here. But I wouldn't necessarily talk you out of a few of these. There's some nice horses here. Any caught your eye?
Yeah, some nice horses here resuming as well. A couple caught my eye. Orbilant from the Lee stable resuming. I think he can run really well. Thought the $8.50 was a good price there. Ran some nice races up in Brisbane when last in work. Only lightly raced, so I think it can run extremely well. And similarly, a Squad It's got some really nice form down in Melbourne, comes here, and I think it can run well. They're the two that I'll be playing.
Beautiful. Let's wrap up with a benchmark 78. Who do you like in the last?
Yeah, geez, tough race to finish the day. I'm going with the fresh form in Gracilistyla. Nervous because doesn't like to win too often, but got Nash, Waller, Gate 1. Everything points in the direction that it can run well. I didn't have a lot of luck in some races early in its campaign last time, hoping it gets a little bit here and can do the trick in the last.
Came up with the same one for all the reasons you said. The form around Unspoken and Marquez looks pretty good now, so I like it. And some just quiet trials. I think it is good to go here first up. Struggled to make too many other cases. Maybe can forgive $1 Billion Baby, and maybe I want to see. I'm starting to think I want to see Shohei do something before I get excited about it again. But might lead and be off and gone in the last. Yeah. To look through Randwick, have a quick look through the quaddie. First leg, race 7, number 2, Kerwin's Lane. Number 9, Glory Days. 7, Super Helpful. 11, Grabini. 13, Lekvate. Second leg, let's go with 4, Robusto. 5, Cheerful Legend. 6, Crafty Eagle. 7, Miracle Splin. And I'll throw the favourite in, 11, Louisville. Third leg, 2, So Good So Cool. 3, Time to Boogie. I'll throw your one in, Beaver, for you. 10, Orbilant. We'll skinny that one up. And let's come home with 5, Gracilistyla. $8 Billion Baby. And 11 Shohei. That'll do. For ProGetRacing.com.au, my best is race 5, number 1, Emperor. And my value, race 8, number 5, Cheerful Legend. Yourself.
Race 5, number 1, Emperor is my best bet. Clear on topper. And my value bet is race 10, number 5, Gracilistyla.
What have we got at Eagle Farm? I haven't even looked.
Of course, we've got some stuff up at Eagle Farm, mates. Race 1, number 5, Liquor. I think it's going to be hard to beat. Then we move along. Race 4, number 9, Famico. Going to be super hard to beat. Then we move later in the day. Value, race 7, number 4, Kirakan, about $6.50. And then to finish out our tips for the day, race 9, number 4, Far Too Easy.
Lovely. Nice horse, Far Too Easy. Just quickly, because we'll just run through any quick thoughts on anything you like tonight at the Valley or Canterbury.
No, I haven't done the form yet, so
that's right.
Going to
quickly
pass on that for you.
That's right. Race 3, 4 and 5 can fight at the finish here. Dictionary and Ballinaw. Race 4, no. Race 5, Sisterhood's there. It'll win. That form's been franked after it beat Who Dares last time out. Race 6, Lang Park will win. And race 7, yeah. And at Canterbury, what do we got left here?
There is one I do like at Moonee Valley. Is race 2, number 2, Forentless.
Cool.
I think it can win.
And just quickly, Canterbury. Not heaps of value. A couple of shorties that should win.
I think you'll find race 5, number 7, Sensory. I think it can win again.
Yep.
And then if you're looking for one later in the night, last race 8, number 6, How Dare You?
That'll do us. Beautiful. Ollie's last ride tomorrow. Have you had a look at Ascot or anything?
I haven't had a look at Ascot tomorrow. Ollie's last ride, eh? So, yeah, good luck to him. Hopefully he rides a winner.
Yeah, I should ask you these questions before we start recording, but anyway, that's our show. That's our look through Randwick and Caulfield at least. We'll be back next week with a midweek show again. I believe we've got about 2 weeks left of the year. Before we wrap up for the year, we will hopefully about 5 shows. We'll try and throw a Boxing Day special in there as well for good measure, just to let the Beaver raise a bat for his 50th. But take care, guys. Good punting, and I'll chat to you soon, Beaver. Catch you, mate.
Good man. Cheers.